Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shantae Lewis and I'm a qualified counsellor. For those of you who are new, welcome to my channel. I hope that you find what you're looking for and that you learn something new. For my followers, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you learned something new as well. And today I'm going to be talking to you all about OCD and COVID-19 coming out of lockdown. First of all, I do apologize for this long gap. I've been very busy and I'm back now, and hopefully I can upload as often as I can for you all. So my sincere apologies. So today is only a short video, really. It's not going to be too long, and I just want, for those who suffer from OCD, that they don't feel overwhelmed coming out of lockdown. You know, in the UK, we've been in lockdown for a while, and slowly we are managing to come out of there and socialize and, you know, just to meet with family, friends. It's just really nice. But as wonderful as that is for many of us, for those with OCD, it can be, I can imagine it can be a bit challenging and a bit difficult. So it's just being aware of those who suffer with that. So for those of you who haven't already, please watch my previous video that I did with Kim on OCD. And just for you guys to get a more general idea of what OCD is and how it affects those who have it. Okay, and just so if you have OCD yourself or someone who you know has it, that you'll be able to best support yourself, ask for help, and help to support those who you know who may be suffering from OCD. All right, so OCD is obsessive compulsion disorder, and it's a serious anxiety related condition, and it's basically where a person often experiences intrusive and unwelcome thoughts, and these are commonly referred to as obsessions. Okay, those obsessions are thoughts that are intrusive and they are unwanted, and they can be made up of images, impulses, or feelings that draw someone's attention to a threat or perceived danger, which is why they can be often distressing. Okay, obsessions result in an individual carrying out repetitive behaviors or rituals, which are called compulsions. And this is to prevent the perceived threat or danger. So rather than solve those problems, compulsions causes more anxiety and obsessions, which results in more time-consuming and mentally draining compulsions. So those compulsions could be wanting to clean all the time. You know, you may find someone who has OCD who may often clean, make sure that everything's tidy. They may wash something repetitively to make sure it's clean. Another compulsion could be hoarding. They hoard a lot of things and they find it hard to get rid of the items that they don't want. Another one could be checking. They're always checking to make sure, for example, the windows are closed, the cooker is off, that the door is closed and locked, and they may also check to see if their family members are okay and that they're not in any danger that they perceive may happen. So OCD has an impact on people from obsessive fears around germs and contamination to distressing, unwanted, intrusive thoughts about hurting a loved one, either sexually or violently. So in regards to COVID-19 and coming out of lockdown, it has led to a number of additional worries of those affected by OCD. And being in lockdown may have caused more opportunities for your intrusive thoughts to develop. So, for example, an intrusive thought could be, what kind of mask do I need to buy? What kind of material is it? Is it going to protect me from COVID-19? Is it going to protect other people, my loved ones, from catching the virus. Another one could be, am I secretly trying to harm other people's health? And those are examples of COVID-related obsessive thoughts. So all those thoughts, come into a person's head, unwanted and intrusive. It just doesn't want to be there. It's just difficult. There are also maybe fears around contamination, which will result in additional hand washing and cleaning your home. So you may clean already, but because of this virus, you may find that you're cleaning a lot more, cleaning your home, washing your hands constantly, trying to get rid of any unwanted germs or contamination. So since hand washing is a compulsive behavior anyway, life might become more of a challenge in this pandemic. And with the ease of lockdown here in the UK, you may find yourself disinfecting your home and washing your hands more often than usual. You may also be checking on your loved ones a lot more too, repeatedly to make sure that they're okay, that they're safe, and then that they've not contracted COVID-19 and things like that. So for those of you, we wash our hands regularly anyway, we're supposed to, we're supposed to sanitize, all the kind of stuff, but OCD, it's more difficult because, like I said before, hand washing is a compulsion. So the recommended, time washing your hands is basically you don't wash your hands no longer than 20 seconds. All right, once 20 seconds is over, try and stop washing your hands, and just know that 20 seconds is scientific and it's recommended, and just remember that COVID won't survive on clean surfaces. Okay, so once you've cleaned already, I know it's hard, but try not to keep going and keep washing your hands. It is compelling, so try not to. Another thing is you may worry about contracting COVID-19 and fear that you may be putting others at risk. Okay, and as long as you're wearing your mask, as long as you're doing all the things that the government advises us to do, and keep our distance, wear our mask, wash our hands, open up the windows in your home, and you should be okay. So these steps hopefully should be, helpful to you and with your loved ones who have OCD, and helping to ease your anxiety. So one thing is being kind to yourself, and oftentimes we are not kind to ourselves. We're very hard on ourselves, and there are times when your OCD can get overwhelming. So in those times, if washing your hands go on longer than 20 seconds, or if you feel the need to call or text your family members or loved ones for reassurance, which is fine, it's very important that you are kind to yourself in those times, and show yourself the same compassion that you will show to others. Always be compassionate to yourself and honest with yourself too. So if you know that you wash your hands longer than 20 seconds, just be honest with yourself at those times. That you do go on washing hands longer than 20 seconds, and it's okay. But just know that 20 seconds is recommended amount of time to get rid of any germs. Maybe have targets such as 20 seconds for hand washing. Aim for these targets, but don't be hard on yourself when you miss that target. Oftentimes, like I said before, we're very hard on ourselves and we criticize ourselves. We are our own worst critic, and it's in those times when we miss a target or miss a goal, that we have negative thoughts, negative views on ourselves, and we have thoughts like, you messed up again, or you're so silly, you shouldn't have done that. Rather than thinking those things, it's just being like, okay, well, I missed this target, that's okay, I can aim for the next one and the next one. And by doing this, you're being kind to yourself, you're thinking a lot more positively, and you're having self-compassion, which is so important. So just remember that. Another one, limit how much you spend on social media and reading or listening to the news about COVID-19. It can be so overwhelming. I find it overwhelming myself to be reading, watching the news, reading the newspapers about this pandemic and what's happening next and the next steps. And it can be overwhelming at times. And for those of you who suffer with OCD or know someone who does, it's even worse. So the recommendation is, if you want to focus on the real facts, try going to the NHS website, the gov.uk website, or the BBC News. Make sure you ignore any other articles that has fake news. Okay, that makes your anxiety even worse, and the OCD obsessions even more greater than it already is. Another one, try doing some online courses during this time. Even though we're coming out of lockdown, we're still in a pandemic and not many of us do want to go out. So in that time when you're feeling overwhelmed and you're feeling your obsessive compulsions coming on, maybe just do an online course, online classes. There are so many free ones on the internet. I'm doing, I finished a course last year, and I'm doing 2 more on psychology, and the other one, I can't remember what the other one is, but I've not been on it for a while, but I'll get back on it, just been so busy. But yeah, it's fun to learn something new. It's fun to develop your skills. You can do a course on baking, sewing, making candles, anything like that you find interesting. You can find a course, and it's fun, and it's productive. You're spending your day productively, and you may be less inclined to clean or do the compulsions that you normally would. Another one is to look after your mental well-being. Okay, so talking to someone, reaching out to family, friends, and loved ones, or reaching out to a therapist, and just looking after yourself. Self-care, is so important, and it's just important to know that during those times when it can get overwhelming, you have something to help ease your anxiety. It could be gardening, doing anything with your hands, going outside in fresh air, being in nature, just taking the time just to appreciate what's around you can really help to ease your anxiety and to get to the place where you want to be. So look after your mental well-being. Don't read fake news. Make sure that you don't set goals for yourself. For example, 20 seconds of hand washing. And if you go more, just know that you can reach your goal the next time. And being kind to yourself is also important as well. So those things can really help to ease your OCD, especially in this time of coming out of lockdown and the pandemic and everything like that. So if you need any more information, you can always go online and have a look. But I really hope that this video has helped somebody and that you've learned something new. I've learned something new. And for those of us who don't have OCD, being considerate, patient, and having compassion for those who do, and supporting them the best way that we can, and how they would like us to support them. Okay, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.